The topic of this lesson is step charts, like the chart that you can see here on the screen. So why do we need step charts? Basically, when you have some data like this, for example, it's a stock price, if I go and insert a line chart, you can see that I'll get something like this. The problem with this chart is that here on the 1st of Jan, the price was 30, if you can see. And then on the 10th of Jan, it became 35. And during that time, the price was flat. It was 30 and then it went up to 35. But on this chart, you can see that it's progressively going up, which is misleading. So I'm going to teach you how to make a chart like this one. We go to the second sheet and we have our data. So first thing we need to do is create a table, an Excel table. This is best practice. So I click here. Now I have my data into a table, and that will help me when I'm adding data at the bottom, so it will reflect in my chart. Then we're gonna insert a chart. So I'm gonna select this and do insert. This time I'm not gonna go for a line chart. I'm gonna go for a scattered plot. So I click on this, I move my chart a little bit, and I have a scattered plot. I'm going to start with some basic formatting. So I'm going to say price trend. I'll select this. I'll go to home. I bold it. I can also bold here the text. So I select the axis. I bold it. And then I want to get rid of those grid lines. So I click on one of them and then I press delete on the keyboard. I click on this, press delete on the keyboard. And there we go. The trick here is to use something called error bars. So I've used this technique in some lessons before. I'm just going to show you. If you click here, you click on the plus, you have error bars. And you have horizontal bars and vertical bars. What I'm going to do is use the horizontal bars, if you see here, for those lines, and the vertical bars for those lines. So let's go and think how to do this. Basically, the distance between 2 points, if you want, horizontally, is the number of days between two dates, right? If you see, from one date to the other. So I need to create another column called X error. And here I need to calculate the number of days between two data points. So here we have 1 Jan and 10 Jan. So I'm going to do equal 10 Jan minus 1 Jan. And I get some numbers. So I need to format them. I just select it and I go to home. I click on the comma and then I click here. So I have some format. I have two issues now. Here I have a number that I don't want, minus 44,000. So the last one has to be blank. Very simple. I just add an if statement. If this is smaller than 0, then nothing. Otherwise, I want A3 minus A2. And then you close the parentheses and you do this. You get rid of one problem. The second problem, you can see those dots here. It's because Excel thought that this is an additional series. So I can just right click here, select data. Here you have X error, just remove it, say OK, and the trick is done. The next one is this vertical line. The vertical line is basically the difference in price. So for example here it is 5, then it is 3, then minus 13 and so on. So I can create another one, Y error, and here I'm going to do equal 35 minus 30. You remove the first one because you have nothing before, and you get the difference in price. Other than that, you can see that this axis starts on the 10th of December, but my data starts on the 1st of January. So how to fix this? First of all, we write 1 January here, 2022, for example. We go under home, we click here. You can see that dates are actually numbers in Excel. When you click on the axis, you right click, format axis. You have here axis options. So you have to change your minimum to the 1st of Jan, which is a number, 44562, which is 1st of January. Enter. you get this reset button here, which means that you have set this manually. And as you can see, it starts from the 1st of Jan. So that's taken care of. Next, we need to do our lines. So we click on the horizontal lines. Again, if you click somewhere else, you can always come here and check what item you want to change. Under horizontal lines here, I have direction and end style. You can see here, the end style has some tick marks. I don't want it. So that's called, if you click here, caps. So I'm going to say no cap. And then you can see that this line is going into both directions, left and right. I want it to go from here to here. So I only want plus. So you can see now that the line is going this way. Then the value. We have this custom specify value. And then for positive, we just select this. We say OK. And as you can see, those lines are going from one date to the other. And they look fine. The other one is this one. So we click on it. Again, we don't want any cap. We will do minus this time. We will go to custom, specify value, negative error. We select this. You can see that now my chart is working like a charm. Now this is one part of the job. The second part of the job, if you see here, is that I want to put my data labels. If I just put the data labels like this, I click on it and I do plus, I do data labels. The problem with those data labels is that they come on the chart. So I can try different options. If I click on them, I have here below, again, some of them will come on the chart. I have to the right, also not possible. I have to the left. It might also not always work. You see, for example, this 30 is coming outside. So in order to fix this, I want the positive ones to be on top and the negative ones to be below. So to do this, I can create two data series that are identical to what I have, add them, add the labels, and then have the labels for the positive data series on top, and then the negative data series at the bottom. To explain what I want to do, we're just gonna get rid of this, and we will add two columns. One is positive y error, and the other one is negative y error. Now I've added an apostrophe here just so Excel understand that this is a text for the title. And what I want to do is the following. Here I'm going to say if this error is more or equal than 0, give me the price, otherwise give me nothing. And we delete this one always and we get this. Now there is one problem with this. I'm going to show it to you and then we're going to fix it. If I come here and do right click, select data, I add a series name is this one. Then X value are my dates. And then Y values are those. The problem you have is that you get some dots here at the bottom because for Excel 0 is 0, right? So to get rid of this, you can change this with NA, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. You do this, you take it down, you can see that Excel, when it sees an error, it will ignore this data point. Let's do the same for the negative one. I'm going to say equal if this one bigger or equal than 0. Here I want my NA, otherwise I want my price. So we remove the first one again, and here you go. Every time the price goes down, you'll get the price here. Let's add this data series also. Select data, add, series name is Y, negative error, X value is this. Then you have Y series value is this. And there you can see that I get the orange ones for this series and the gray ones for this series. I need to work now with the data labels. So I can click here and say plus, give me my data labels. You can see that you get the positive ones. I can click here and say give me my data labels. Make sure you click on the right one so you get everything. And here we need to write, if you see, we need the price and the date. How to do this? Well, if you click on the first one, the positive ones, you can see that the price is 38, but what is the date? The date is actually the X value that I have. So I can do X value, and as you can see, I get January 25 and then 38. So I can do new line here in the separator. So I get this on top of each others, which is nicer. And then I can do the same for this one. So I click, I do X value, I want to see new line. Here the only difference is that I want to see them below. Okay? The last few steps are easy. It's just about formatting, because if you see here, we just have a few formatting things. So here we can click on those ones, and then we can go have the font like this, make it bold if you want. Then here we click on those ones, we select another font, we also bold it, so we have this here. We can also do white background, we can click on this white background, so that makes it nicer. And we need to get rid of those dots, so I can click on those dots, right click, format data series, I go on the bucket, marker, no fill, no border. As you can see, the orange one disappear. We click on those, no fill, no border. Now I only have the blue ones. Last thing I could do is change the thickness of those lines. So I click on the horizontal ones, and then I can change the thickness. Let's say we do 2. Then you click on the vertical ones, you go here, you change the thickness to 2. So last thing I'm going to show you is adding a new data point, and you're going to see that there's going to be a small error here that we're going to fix for this scenario. So we do 15 May, for example, it's 23. This formula is already dragged because it's a data table. The problem we face here is the data point is there, but I get this 15 May with a 0. Why am I getting this? Because of this bigger or equal to. So you just have to remove this here and here. For this scenario, you just select this, then you drag it till the bottom, and then you get your answer. Lastly, what I'm going to do is remove this axis because we don't want it, and then I'm just going to make this a bit smaller so it fits and we don't have something that is coming over the title of the chart.